Hello.
Oh, hello, Ben.
Yes, we're doing this again.
Oh my god, we're doing this again.
Yeah, I may even switch game at some point soon.
I mean, you can't be switching game too frequently. We've only just switched to Stardew Valley.
I know, I don't know what I'd do though, is the thing. I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? You have so few games that you're willing to
Just
play.
piss around and see what happens. Well, I could do Call of the Wild again, but you'd probably kill yourself.
No, I'd kill you first.
Let's just
Anywho,
drive and see what happens. See where we end up, shall we?
yeah,
Oh,
let's
I
do
think I
that.
just
Why
killed a
not?
man.
Oh, nothing new there.
Right,
Did you make him watch you play Call of the Wild as well?
left or right?
Left.
See what shenanigans we can get into.
You're on the wrong side of the road. That's better.
Oh,
Oh, what happened?
crashed.
Oh, that's not a good start, is it?
No, that's the second time it's done that in 3 weeks.
Oh. Well, I'm sure that's not indicative of a problem. Are we starting again on the recording, or are we
No,
just gonna?
couldn't be asked.
Fair enough. Well, I'm only asking.
Well, you get to see how the sausage is made, viewer/listener.
It's not a very tasty sausage, viewer/listener.
No, it's full of gristle and lubs.
Yeah. So, anywho, been bloody hot, innit?
Certainly has. You're just going to be a fucking liability, mate, aren't you?
I'm not. I can't see.
What do you mean you can't see?
I can't see because when the game crashed, it closed the window that you were streaming, and therefore I'm no longer seeing it.
Okay, that's okay. I thought I clicked.
You didn't. You did window.
Okay. Entire screen. Share screen.
That's better. Thank you.
Oh no.
I assumed you just hadn't loaded in fully yet, and that's why I couldn't see it. But when you were talking about reliability,
Yes.
I figured you were talking to an NPC in your vehicle.
I certainly
No doubt
was.
one of those with a turret of some sort.
Yes, because he's going to end up shooting police officers, isn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, it's been bloody hot. How have you been beating the heat?
I haven't. I've got my
okay.
fan on in my room. Monday was a nightmare. I could not
Monday
get
was
to.
a fucking nightmare.
I think I got to sleep for like. Oh Jesus, she bounced for like an hour at one point, and then woke up due to restless leg syndrome,
Yes.
which I think flares up during the heat because the one thing I found that helps it is rubbing an ice cube on my foot.
I get restless leg syndrome when I wear a sleep mask.
You get fucking wandering hand syndrome when you wear a sleep mask.
Yeah, well, I didn't specify which leg was restless, did I? Anyway,
Yeah.
I bought an aircon.
Did you?
Or an air cooler. I suppose, technically speaking, it's not really an air con. It's a water evaporating fan of some sort. It turned up today. Also got an ice maker, which also turned up today. So I can
Make ice?
cool my drinks.
Hang on.
I could make ice anyway, but it's easier now.
Is it? Jesus Christ, we are so spoiled in this day and age.
Well, yes. Rather than put stuff in the freezer that's barely got any space for it and have to wander about and all that kind of shit, I can put some water in a machine. 6 minutes later, I can have small cubes of ice. Well, bullets of ice.
Right.
6 minutes, Ben.
Jesus
I doubt it's
Christ.
eco-friendly. I suspect my electric bill's going to be through the roof. But hey, at least I'll be cool. So I hear it's going to get hot this weekend.
Well, we'll have to see what the temperature's doing. I heard it was going to rain.
It can be hot and rain at the same time.
Well, humid, I think is the term.
Well, like I say, it can be hot and rain.
Hmm.
Although I'm looking at the weather now, and today's the highest it's going to be now until, well, it's going to hit 24 on Saturday, apparently. I mean, that's it. That's 23 tomorrow, 24 Saturday.
Oh, there it is.
And then sub 20 again, so happy days.
Well, we'll have to see. But I don't mind the heat when I'm out and about. I'm actually getting a little bit of a tan.
Oh.
Mostly
Well, I
because of
suppose.
my smoke breaks. I have so many smoke breaks at work. I'm actually getting a tan.
You know what all these smoke breaks are, don't you?
Just gonna leave that there.
Sign of someone who doesn't do an awful lot of fucking work.
Oi! I do a lot of work. As I mentioned in the last part, I've got more fucking students I'm doing admin for than there are in an entire different campus.
Yeah.
Although I did have
Well, you
I
know.
did have a trip I was very worried about because it was very short notice. We got the I'm not going to go into detail. Very short notice. Basically got stalled every part of the process. Couldn't get a response for love nor money from the coach company or the place we're booking tickets, and one of the leading people in finance basically just said, "Okay, fucking kill it, cancel it," because we were going to end up getting a coach for like 11 students.
No,
This is
would
like
not be worth it.
this is not financially sensible. We're not doing this. And I was very, very thankful, but I did feel a bit like a doctor whose patient had died. Because everybody just kept saying it wasn't your fault, you did everything you could. Thank you for trying. You know.
Well, imagine being a doctor and doing some real work.
Wait, well, are you counting yourself in that?
Absolutely, I'm counting myself in that.
Good, because you sit on your ass and it's considerably fatter than mine.
Do you know why I sit on my ass so much
Because,
when it comes to work?
dunno.
Because I do everything right the first time, so I don't have to spend quite so much fucking time pissing about like everyone else seems to. I'm
Well,
bloody good and bloody efficient at my job.
I'm bloody good and bloody efficient at my job.
Yeah, well, that
Not
remains to
that,
be proven to me.
well, I don't believe you. I mean, Sherry says you're alright with Excel, but...
More than all right with Excel. I'm fucking... They
But-
set up a firing squad.
well.
Oh, you're kidding civilians, Ben. What are
Sorry,
you playing at?
sorry. That's you know, freedom has its payment.
What would you do if you had to make a choice and freedom wasn't free and it cost like $5 or something?
Well then, I would.
Whatever it is from the Team America song.
Freedom isn't free. It costs a hefty fucking fee.
Something like that.
It's true. But yes, I am. I am very good at my job.
Okay.
Do you not think that's kind of impressive? The amount of, I only found that out today. The amount of students whose admin needs, in a in a sense, fall under my remit is more
Well, I
than
mean,
an
I don't know what the
entire other
comparative
campus.
size of the facility is.
Well, to be honest, my first thought wasn't, "Gosh, I deal with a lot of students." It's, "Gosh, that campus is smaller than I thought."
Okay, so you know that's the thing, isn't it? If it's like if you were working for a one man band haulage company, and you only had to do a 50th of the work that I do, because I work for a very large haulage company.
But
It's apples and oranges. It doesn't,
well,
without knowing all the details, I
well,
can't say if it's impressive or not.
well, oh, there's one up there. The thing is, there's a statue. The thing is, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Yeah, there's sort of been frequent, shall we say, not allegations, but suggestion. Oh, that's a stupid place to put it. From this other campus that perhaps their workload is considerably greater than ours.
Oh well,
Which
evidently
is
not.
definitely not the fucking case. If there's 3 of them over there, and I've got, work being generated by 3 times the students just from myself, and there's another colleague who has the same basic setup.
Yeah, well, evidently the workload is yes, it's impressive that you're effectively doing 3 people's work, but obviously the needs are different, aren't they? So
Well, yeah,
they'd have to have more than one person
Look,
for the sake of
I
covering all that. So
I do a hell of a lot. I mean, I do Duke of Edinburgh admin. I do all the sport.
no one's saying you
games we have.
don't, Ben.
Well, I'm just look. You always wank yourself off as to how good you are at your job. I'd quite like to at least a fucking fondle. You know?
Well, do it on your own time.
My point.
Is that your one topic that you had this week?
No, it's not actually. I did say I had another
Oh.
one, another few floating around in my head. So
You know, I'm just conscious of the time. The way this is going, all we'll have is for you jerking yourself off.
no. But yeah, yes, quite. Anyway, have you got a topic you want to prattle on about?
Yeah, well, it's one that you're going to be particularly interested in.
The new James Bond game.
Well, it is on my list. That wasn't what I was going to go with. We can do that one if you want.
No,
Or is that
do
on
the
your
one
list?
you think I'm going to be more interested in.
Well, obviously, I went to Comicon, didn't I?
Oh shit! Yeah, I completely forgot. Go on, tell me
And
everything. Tell me everything.
And you were really looking forward to hearing about it.
And then
So
I
I
completely
figured you'd actually
forgot.
be interested.
Yeah, go on, let's hear it. Come on.
I went to Comicon, London Comicon,
Yeah.
last weekend. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. Fucking hot.
I bet. All those nerds.
The aircon was on, which is helpful. It was really effective aircon.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of criticism about the number of people that were allowed in, as is often the case for Comic-Con events.
Yeah.
Because there was a hell of a lot of people there. Would you believe? Some of it got quite crowded. I was there we got a weekend pass, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we were only actually there Saturday, Sunday.
Not that way. It must be right over here then. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday. Saturday was a have a wander around, get the bearings. Went and had a look at the stalls and all that. I bought myself a T-shirt.
What did it say?
The T-shirt is
Inspector or something.
It's a picture of a fox dressed in like warlock style gear, with a title Warlocks. So Warlox, like a warlock fox.
Okay.
Which I quite like. I liked it, so I got it. And yeah, I was dressed as Wally from Where's Wally.
Really? Because the pictures I saw you on, you had your Fox hoodie on.
Like my new Fox T-shirt. That's because I took those on the second day, Ben.
Okay.
So on the Saturday, I was dressed as Wally. And someone, very shortly after we arrived, asked if they could have their picture taken with me so they could tell their friends had found Wally.
Oh, even though you weren't Wally.
Even though I wasn't Wally, I didn't chat about reputation for them. But my response to people throughout the day varied depending on what mood I was in at the time. Some people were quite chatty, some people were friendly. The first person who commented slapped me on the arm twice.
Okay.
Far harder than needed to be done.
Okay.
And was quite off-putting. So, that's why you got to respect your cosplayers, people, even though I was barely doing it.
Yeah, he was just
there was
lazy
also
one. Imagine what the proper ones are getting.
I didn't realise until the second day, until Sunday, that the guy who does the voice of Wally was also there.
Oh my god.
If I had known, I would have gone.
Is there a Where's Wally TV show then?
There must be. There must have been a cartoon.
At some point.
One of their many voice roles. I can't remember their name now, which is a bit annoying. But they were there. So there were quite a few people dressed as Wally.
Oh fuck!
You idiot!
I didn't mean to blow it up.
I saw maybe a dozen dressed as Wally.
Presumably because he was there.
Presumably, yeah, or because they had a similar idea to me, and it was a easy costume, right? A few, I want to say Wanda, or Wilma, or whatever it is, the woman Wally.
Yeah.
So anyway,
You know who I'd cosplay as an easy one?
Go on.
I think I'd do Stannis Baratheon, but book Stannis Baratheon. Because I'm pretty sure he's got a shaved head and a beard in the book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be quite easy for you. You just you got to do the clothes, really. That's the hard part, isn't it?
Yeah, that shouldn't matter. And then I've just got to get some woman to dress all in red. And tell me I'm brilliant.
And actually be a lot older than she looks.
Yeah.
We also watched a small presentation chat panel thing where Jane Perry and David Bateson.
Yeah.
It's David, isn't it? Yeah, David Bateson. Were talking about voice acting and their experiences of voice acting and Hitman and all that kind of stuff. We watched that, which was nice to see. Had a good old chat. That's where I learned that they were going to replace him, and the fan pushback led to him keeping his job.
I think I'm sure I heard that at one point and then kind of forgot about it, or completely forgot about
Yeah,
it.
I don't remember hearing it before.
No.
I'm inclined to, accept that it's a fact because it was discussed. Other people talked about it. So yeah, that was nice. And that's basically Saturday. Sunday, I was wearing me Fox T-shirt that you mentioned and that I mentioned, the new one. Got in line to see Nathan Fillion,
One button.
who you will of course be familiar
No,
with for various roles.
I wanted to fucking. Yes, he was in Firefly when he.
Yes, he was, along with many other roles. But Firefly is probably the reason he was there, given that they're trying to reboot it as a cartoon. So saw him. He was lovely. Had a handshake. Got a picture. He took the picture as well.
Oh, lovely.
I took a few of them. Then got in line to see Alan Tudyk,
Yes.
famous for many other roles, including his role in Firefly.
And he was in
And
A Knight's Tale.
he was. That was a picture from that was the thing that my partner had signed by him.
All right.
So that was nice. He, of course, I handshake with him. It seemed lovely. He wasn't doing pictures, not selfie ones anyway. But the queue was fucking massive for him. We spent like 3 times as long, maybe 4 times as long waiting in queue for him as we did Nathan Fillion. But we rushed to get to the front of the Nathan Fillion queue as best we could when the doors opened because we assumed that would be the longer line. Evidently not. So yeah, that was.
Can I get a boat? Can I buy a
Alright.
boat, please?
We
Doesn't sell boats.
What else did we do on the Sunday? There was like a presentation thing where they went to that they did like a panel again for the two of them. So we went and saw that, and people were getting all sorts of. It's for one time I wish I'd got up and humiliated myself by going to ask a question, because the guy 2 seats in front of me, as we were sat down, dashed off and was the next to last person asked. So potentially I could have gotten a question, and if I'd beaten him there, probably wouldn't have managed it.
What
but
would you have
potentially.
asked?
Well, I was thinking about it whilst I was sat there, and the question that came to mind is: if you could redo one of your performances because you were unhappy with it, which one would you pick? Which one would they want to redo? Which one do they feel like they could have done better?
Yes.
I feel like that's a reasonable question to ask.
Well, of course, the correct answer to that is no. I would leave them exactly as they are. Ask better questions.
Well, yeah, but
Fuck off, Fox boy.
well, here's the thing, because it's not necessarily about asking a question that may be interested. It's because all the people who asked questions got some crap from Alan Tudyk. So he'd moved house apparently, and he's his box of random crap that he's found that he doesn't want anymore.
Oh,
And they
amazing.
were both signing it.
Oh God.
They're both
Yeah.
signing it, and they were both giving it out. And some of the people, including the guy that was 2 seats in front of me, got signed parts of the script from Rogue One.
Oh my God, you'd have fucking.
I'd have jizzed myself
I
there
was
and then.
gonna say, you'd have
So,
made a mess in your panties, wouldn't you?
Somewhat jealous, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you'd have loved that.
So yes, and then me and my partner temporarily parted ways so that she could go and find a present for some people. She didn't find anything, and I went and got in line to get a picture and a signature from David Bateson.
Yay!
Thank
you.
I got quite a lot of pictures actually.
Yes, I saw them. Did you not
well,
see?
no.
I commented on the one of you in the headlock.
Did you not see I replied?
No.
No, so fucking. Anyway,
I didn't get the notification.
well, I fucking did.
Okay.
Anyway, you saw 3 of them. Yeah, there were actually 16 got taken.
16.
Yeah, 16. They took a few. There were 3 different poses, as it were, and they took a few of each.
That's so good that he spent so much time with you.
Yeah, he was doing it with everyone. It was good, maybe nearly 5 minutes, maybe having a proper conversation.
He fucking loves being hit, man.
He really does. He was dressed up. Both days he was dressed up, and he had the barcode on the back of his head
Yes,
on the Sunday. Even assuming he did on the Saturday.
he
He
loves.
lives and breathes for character.
Yes, he loves that character. But don't go any.
He was a genuine delight to talk to.
No, don't throw
He
another one. Stop
when
doing that.
we found out at the panel that he read it on a Saturday that he got the job initially by accident, almost. Like he was there doing some other voiceover work, and they got him in to just try for it whilst he was there because he was there, and the character looked a bit like him as well,
Always helps.
which just helped. And he was, as far as he was concerned, he was the only one there, and he found out a few weeks later that he'd got the job. Or a few months later, he'd got the job, and it's like, well, of course I did. I'm the only one there. But anyway, and he's been doing it ever since. And that was like 2000. So and other than that one silly moment where they decided to try and get rid of him, they've had him do the job ever since.
Well,
so he is Mr. Agent 47.
Yes, I do. I do like his. I was thinking about this. What do I make of his performance? And it's very, very good because he conveys this sort of. He conveys everything you need to. This sort of cold, ruthless brutality.
Yep.
Something mechanical to him. There's not really a great deal of emotion in there, but there's just enough. I saw an interview where he talked about how there's actually a video from the panel. He talks about how he tries to insert a bit of curiosity into Agent 47. Like he doesn't understand normal human emotions, but there is a part of him that's kind of curious about it.
Yeah,
he's kind of like a dog.
I get that. That makes sense.
Yes, and
he he's genuinely wonderful. Obviously, I'd assume you haven't seen it yet.
No, I'm seeing it on Saturday.
I got him and Jane to sign a particular image.
Okay.
I won't tell you what it is, but they both signed it. I explained the situation in that you couldn't make it. You're a big fan. You couldn't make it.
Yes.
And I was getting that for you. And he said that I was a bloody good friend or a very good friend or something along those lines. And he was talking about a friend of his own, who he's known for 20 odd years, 25 years. Because it's 20 years for us in the next week or so.
Oh shit, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, because it was just, I think it was the start of June. We actually met. So by the time this video goes out, it could well have been 20 years. He mentioned a friend of his own who he's not seen for years and years, but messaged him and was like, "Well, I'm landing in Heathrow this weekend," and it was like, "Well, what a coincidence! I'm in London as well. If we don't meet up, I'll break your kneecaps." And it's just that sort of, because I mentioned how I say I'm a bit shit to you sometimes verbally. I did mention that, and he was like, "Well, that's what friends are like sometimes."
Well,
isn't
yes,
it? So,
I called you a fat loathsome cunt, and I think you should set yourself on fire.
I didn't use some of the descriptions, but the word "cunts" did come to mind when we talk about each other. But no, he seems quite fond of our friendship.
Well, that's good. Thank you, David Bateson, for being nice to me.
Yeah, and like I say, I think you'll enjoy the.
I fucking love Hitman. I think it's a lot of fun, and it appeals to me in an autistic way.
Genuinely wonderful. I did mention to him. I said that we both do, but you more so. You mention it more. The thing that you specifically asked me to mention.
Oh, thank you.
Can you remember? Can you remember what it was?
Yes, it's one of the things I really love about Agent 47 is that he is incapable of relating to anything except in terms of murder. I just find that amusing.
I mentioned the real estate.
Yes. Oh, bless
example.
you. Yes.
As the thing that I'm particularly, it's a young example that comes to mind as easiest to explain.
Well, it's my go-to.
And he specifically credited the writers.
Yes.
And I said, well, yeah, obviously, it's the way we see it, and I'm speaking for you on this part. We see it as a joint effort. Well, it's very much what is written and how it's delivered. what sell it.
Yes, quite. There's a sort of
And
weird
he meant
passion in his line delivery, like he's
mm,
getting into it. You know.
he made a point of saying that the fact that it's been his gig for so many years now
Yeah.
with the same people, or presumably not every single person's the same person, but it's it's their gig as it were. They know how he'll deliver it a lot of the time,
Hmm.
which helps them in the writing process. But again, that's an indication of quality performance.
Well, yes, they both give a great performance, and
It's
yes,
it's one of those things that it just works. He really seems to know the game series well, like as an actual, almost like a fan, maybe even plays
yes.
it. Because he asked me how long I'd been a fan. I was like, well, not as long as I'd like. I couldn't remember which one it was, but I played one where the home base as it was a monastery.
Oh, yeah, Absolution.
I think
I
that's
don't know.
I think it's Blood Money.
I
I
did.
think he said.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
But
know. I dipped into Blood Money at
either
one
way,
point, but
he didn't hesitate. He
uh,
was like, "Oh yeah, that's." I think it was Blood Money. You said I can't remember
I
now,
would
but whichever
trust
one it
him.
was,
He would
I would
fucking know.
trust. Well,
I would.
I would trust him to be right. I can't remember if that's what he actually told me it was.
Yes.
And then obviously having gotten back into it a little bit with the World of Assassination game,
Yes.
the 1, 2, and 3 there.
Yes.
But like he's got a quote as well that he wrote on as part of a signature,
Yeah.
and it, it's one that he knew exactly where it was from. He knew the scene. I knew the scene as well. I recognised it.
Is it names are for
Uh,
friends, and I don't need one
I'm not going to spoil
because
it, but
that's
no,
like his good. Everybody
it's
says they love that line.
anyway. I think you'll like it contextually.
Okay.
I thought it was very fitting, given the the fact that it was for your birthday, which we haven't discussed yet. Is by the time this video goes out, we'll both be 32 because
Happy
your birthday is this coming
birthday
Saturday.
to me, and also to you, I suppose, in a way.
I think the easiest way is just to just say us. Yes, your
And
birthday Saturday,
many
mine's Sunday.
more.
So that's he. Yeah, he seemed it seemed fitting for a birthday
Well, he seems like the
comment.
sort of guy who gives a shit.
He genuinely does. He
Like,
was
really
delightful. It's a
invested.
shame you didn't see him. Maybe there'll be another time. I don't know how old he is. I should think he'll be going for a few years still. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's genuinely lovely. Um, and it was obviously you've seen the pictures.
Mm,
The three different poses: the serious pose, the strangle pose, and the friendly pose.
yes.
And again, genuinely, 16 different pictures.
That's amazing that he spent so much time. I mean,
Yeah,
we've met
I
people
mean,
before and they've been sort of generally accommodating. Like Stephanie Beacham showed an interest and Vanilla Felding did too. But that's
yeah,
like,
he was giving these people, everyone, proper time, and it was just
yes.
one of the guy who was two in front of me in the line was like one of those. It was very much, oh, I wonder who'd win in a fight between John Wick and Hitman. I wonder who'd win in a fight between. I wonder what would happen if the I can't remember what they're
I
called,
hate
but
that shit.
the people in charge. I wasn't a fan,
The ICA or whatever.
right? No, the whoever's in the whoever it is in the John Wick films, the organisation. I can't remember what they're called.
I
But he
have
mentioned them, and
no
he was
interest in
like,
that
"I
sort of
want."
debate whatsoever. I just don't think it's interesting.
No, but he was questioning that sort of thing, and him and the woman in front of like between us in the line did raise an interesting point of maybe Lego Hitman, and I prompted with that would make disguises a lot more convincing.
Yes, I
There's an
can see.
actually wonderful element of that. That's
I can see funny scenes in that where Agent 47 knocks someone out and just removes his head and places it on their body.
that would be that would work, wouldn't it? Conceptually.
There are jokes you can tell. There are
Yeah.
jokes you can tell. A lot of jokes, actually.
But no, that came up, which was an interesting concept. But a lot of the other conversation, and it was in that sort of tone, which is like excitable child mixed with heavy autism.
That sort of thing.
You know the tone.
Yes, that sort of thing. There's a recurring sketch in the League of Gentlemen with two sort of teenage nerdy guys in a video
Yeah.
store looking to rent a movie and picking one out, and the question they always ask is how many killings. 'Cause that's the only thing they care about.
Okay.
They don't really care about the
Mm.
content of the work or what it says or anything like that. It's just how many killings. And I also remember seeing it was a TV thing, countdown show. You know how much I love those sort of countdown shows. 100 Greatest Scary
Yeah.
Movie Moments. And they were talking about a movie called, like an Italian movie called Zombie. And there's a
Hmm.
scene where the zombie ends up fighting a shark, and Eli Roth is like,
Okay.
"It's a zombie versus Jaws. It's like every horror fan's wet dream," and it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like for some circumstances, that sort of question works and makes sense, right?
well, yes. I mean, God knows we've done it. I can't think of any examples, but we've definitely done it. But
Yeah.
it's okay when we do it because we're smart.
Well, again, it depends on the context of the. I would say in the context of the question they were posing, it was if they were trying to kill each other, who would win?
I
Whereas if
don't.
they were both trying to kill a target, that would be a more interesting question because they're two very different styles of combat.
Well,
Agent 47 is inherently, well, disguise and subterfuge and all that kind of shit. Whereas John Wick's experience, at least the stuff I've seen, is very much kill every fucker
I know nothing about
in
John Wick.
whatever way he can. And it's entertaining, but it's not. They're two. It's apples and oranges, and that how seeing them both tackle a particular target would be interesting to me. But watching them face off against one another in an actual
Well,
try and kill each other situation is not interesting to me.
I'm, believe it or not, I'm on the Hitman subreddit, and I do see questions like
Funny
this
enough,
come up every now and then. And I think
yeah.
I did read a question, John Wick versus Agent 47, and my mind went to who would win out of James Bond and Agent 47. And then it
I think
occurred
that
to
may
me,
have
like,
come up as well.
narratively, they would end up working together.
Most likely. Indeed, do they not in some capacity? Isn't there a spy? I know it's CIA rather than
Well, yeah,
MI6 or
he's more of a
whatever.
sort
But
of agent. I don't know. I'm not that.
point is, there is that sort of relationship already sort of in place within the Hitman universe.
Yes, they would be
So
distant and wary, but respectful of one another. I would think in their abilities. And
yeah,
besides,
most likely.
like in canon, because obviously the video games need to get around the idea that it's assassination, and most people who are ordering hits are probably not great people. In canon,
Hmm.
the whole thing, Diana Burnwood like only accepts certain contracts of people who are terrible and deserve to die.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so Agent 47 is not morally evil. He's a blunt instrument, and Diana as his handler is pointing him in the direction she sees fit.
Yeah, which is reasonable.
Yeah.
And obviously after David, there was no hate to that person in front of me in the line, by the way, just not my cup of tea.
Well, you did
They're
say they
very
were
clearly just
seriously
excited.
autistic.
No, their tone of voice.
Was my tone of voice autistic?
Sometimes, but not generally. Not to nowhere near to the same extent.
Thank you.
They were an excited fan who was
I
about
hate
to.
shit like that, but it's
It,
alright.
it just no doubt they were just not quite in their most socially capable um, at that particular moment in time, and that's fine. We all have moments like that, but I didn't sign up for that. I probably did by going to Comicon, right?
Yeah,
But
you did. Oh, I remember you when we went to the last one. So I need to go into the whole
oh,
Chase Masterson thing where you had a fucking breakdown and she said, "Calm down, Jesus loves you."
see, I don't remember that. You
I
keep
did.
mentioning it, but I don't remember it.
I did. She just talked about God and held your hand and looked at you in the eye and was like, "You have a purpose or something." It was along those
Yeah, fuck
lines.
knows what. Fuck knows what. Anyway, also one last comment about David before
You
we
see
move on.
that? You fucking see
Yeah, I did see
that?
that. That was impressive. Well done.
Thank you.
Iraq circa 2003 would be so proud of you.
I feel like that was staged. I feel like I read somewhere that the
Yeah.
crowd was actually really small and the Americans were like, "Hey, do you want to pull this statue down?" And they were like, "Yeah, we kind of do. All right, here's all the
Oh,
equipment you will need for this job."
fair enough.
I think.
Um, Yeah. Anyway, what was I going to say? He was obviously in the pictures. The point I was going to make. You can see that he's wearing his gloves,
That's amazing. Oh,
and he was putting them on and taking them off between pictures, so that when he was shaking people's hands, he was actually shaking people's hands.
that's really good. It wasn't like you see, my first thought there was it was like a cunning way to stop him from getting ill or getting germs. It's like I'm wearing my gloves as part of
Yeah,
the cosplay.
but no, he was taking them off. Also, sorry, you'll laugh at this.
Yeah.
Um, when the choking picture was being taken, or the pictures were being taken, the guy that was taking the pictures at one point said, "Choke on it, good boy." And we all had a little giggle.
And you had a little.
I should add, he was a very camp man.
Okay.
He was a very camp man as well, so it would not necessarily be uncommon or unlikely that he may indeed say those words in a more intimate, personal setting. It seemed to come naturally to him, and I hadn't heard him say it to anyone else.
Maybe you just have that effect on people.
Well, maybe I do, but it was amusing. I did thank him. When just before I went over to actually, while the person before me was getting their meat, I did specifically ask him what his name was, because I hadn't caught his name, and thanked him because he was doing he was helping organise it and do the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I wasn't sure I'd have time after.
That's
So
good of you. That's good of you.
Well,
oh,
it's
fuck,
important
there's
to.
a thing here. I thought this was.
They're not the only. It's not just for famous people, as it were, but
Well,
they're working,
no,
is it?
they always have a handler there, don't they?
Yeah,
Someone to,
and he had two,
you know.
with Jane next to him.
Yes, how was Jane?
Jane, it was less engaging a conversation, but I didn't know. I was sort of lost on what to say, to be honest with you.
Well,
I didn't wait quite as long to get to.
Well,
I mean,
no.
I did him first, but the line was moving quicker for her in general. And
yeah,
I mean, there was a lot of time whilst I was waiting for him where there wasn't anyone at hers, and I considered maybe I should have done it the other way around.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's only
Yeah.
natural, really. I mean, no disrespect to
Lovely woman,
her. She's delightful and she does a very good job. And you know, part of
but
the
she's
reason...
not been in the franchise longer. She's not the main character. She's not the player character. Importantly,
No.
she's not the one that we have a personal, intimate,
Yeah.
personal relationship with, because we control it. We don't do it.
And
So
part of the reason
it's different.
that relationship between the two is so compelling is because of her just as much as him. It's this weird.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how you define it. I think we talked about it before, and I said the closest comparison I can think of is a pet, which is it's still not at all accurate.
They talked against the idea of there being a romantic relationship.
No, I don't view it that way in the slightest.
I don't view it that way either. But they made a point of being opposed to that sort of analogy.
It's not like that. It's I don't know.
It's all I think of it more as maternal in a way.
That's something that crossed my mind, but it's more like
it was described as there is a love there, but it's not a sexual love.
No, it's more like she's his connection to any sort of humanity.
Yeah.
You know? It's almost like he's Data and she's... I don't fucking know. Picard?
Geordie.
Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with TNG as you are, so
it's really difficult to pin down.
But anyway, yeah, lovely woman still.
Yeah.
You know, and again, left a birthday message.
Oh, that's really
on your.
God, thank you, Jordan. That's really genuinely good of you. I didn't get you a thing. Do you want anything? Do you want a prosy? I'll get you a prosy.
I've got a girlfriend who, if I want to shag, I could go and shag her now if I wanted to.
I mean, I can get her a prosy too, probably.
She'd probably enjoy that, to be fair.
Yes.
But she wouldn't be able to know it was a prostitute.
Okay.
Anyway, no, just pay me for them, like you were gonna.
Right, okay.
That's the job done.
That is easy.
It sort of detracts somewhat from the me doing something nice if you're paying me. I didn't say that today.
Actually, yeah, that is. I mean, you took all the credit, you greedy little bitch. But,
well, I don't know what their policy on reselling these things is.
Well, it's not really reselling. I'm just paying you what you want.
I know.
What I owe you.
I know. I know that, and you know that, and they probably know that as well. But I didn't want to risk potentially souring the conversation by saying it. I considered it. I did consider
Well,
it
it's
in
sort
the
of a
moment.
pointless thing to add. I mean, they're not going to care, and oh, I've mispressed the button.
So anyway, do that and we're even, because that's how it works. That's how business works. You asked me if I could do a thing. I could do
Daring
a
to
thing.
shoot
I did
me,
it.
you fucking...
You're daring to fly that helicopter. It looks like you're going to fucking crash it if you're not careful.
Which way's the one up?
So anyway,
That's down, that's down, that's down. Go up, go up, go up. Oh,
that was my Comicon experience. I don't think I'm going to be able to go in October because it was quite an expensive
that's
trip.
a building, that's a little building. I'm doing my best. Back off!
There's in October there's quite a few people.
Well, hang
going,
on.
including.
How did the conversation with Jane actually go? What happened?
I can't remember specific. It wasn't as memorable a conversation. It was just a pleasant conversation. You know, enjoy your performance. Not lovely to meet you, that kind of thing. You know.
Yes.
It wasn't as gripping. It wasn't as, you know. You'd probably got more out of it than I did. But like I say, I wasn't really too sure what to say. I was mostly focused on making sure that your thing got signed properly, or well. If I'm honest with you.
Thank you very much. I am gonna get it in a frame. I can't put it on the wall because I haven't really got enough room in the room I would want to put it in. But I'm gonna get it in like a picture frame.
It's an 8x10.
8x10.
Horizontal.
Horizontal. Okay.
Yeah, it's horizontal 8x10.
Yeah, that's
landscape, fine. I believe, would be the terminology used.
Yeah. Sideways. Not a B. Oh, not a longy, not a B downy.
Yeah.
I don't know what my plan is.
But yeah, I considered getting a frame for it myself, but before I got home, I had an opportunity to pass it on.
Yeah.
Because I swung by to see my son quickly, just before going home, and passed it on then.
Yes. I hear you were told you were in my good books, and you are.
Yes. Yeah, I did get told that. So anyway, yeah, that was Comic-Con. Oh, I also got laid one of the nights, but I mean that's, like I say, I went with my girlfriend and
that photographer.
So.
You...
Well, I'm gonna say, let's just say I did choke on it like a good one. No.
Oh, you silly sausage.
Anyway,
water tanks are fucking everywhere. Let's destroy this. It's the World City's fucking water tanks.
I had a wonderful time. I'm sure you would have mostly enjoyed it as well had you been there.
Oh.
You'd have enjoyed that aspect of it for sure.
We should definitely do something like that at some point in the future. Because I would love to go to one of those.
It's so fucking expensive.
And look, now
my hotel was like 600 quid.
Now I know more about Star Trek. You know?
Well, yeah. Before neither of us really knew as much as we do now.
Well, there's a thing down there. This was entirely useless because I want the thing. I'm getting.
There were a few Star Wars voice actors there as well. Like the one who does the voice of Ahsoka Tano. Yeah. She was there, and one person who I considered seeing but didn't. Maurice LaMarche.
Oh, Pinky.
Brain. Along with Orson Welles in Ed Wood.
Brain is... Oh, really? Shit. When he did the
voice.
He
did the voice for it. I looked it up at the time because I was like, that doesn't sound like Vincent D'Onofrio. No, that sounds an awful lot like Brain. And it turns out it was the same.
Because Brain is based in part on...
He's got like 40 different fucking... Well, it's more like 20 characters that he's played in Futurama as well, including Orson Welles' head. But that makes sense. It's like he's made a fucking career on doing Orson Welles' voice. It's weird. Yeah. But no, he was there. I considered seeing him as well, but the opportunity didn't really arise properly. The last thing I did was talk to Jane. So,
well, thank you. I truly appreciated it. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I hope you enjoy it.
Would you like a topic
of your choice?
My sole topic.
We spent a lot of time on that, but you did express an interest in it in particular. So,
I watched a musical.
Oh my god, another one!
And you will never, in a million years, guess what it was about.
Was it Predator the musical?
No.
Okay. Was it about Ted Bundy?
No.
Am I close?
No. It's about a famous individual, but not one you would know.
Oh well, I'm never going to guess that,
No,
am I?
well, I said not in a
Go on
million
then.
years. It was Keating the musical, which is a musical about the 1990s Australian Prime Minister Paul Keating.
Is he one who shot himself?
No, that was much later.
Oh, I don't
That was
know.
Scott Morrison.
So I'm asking.
Yeah, I think it was
Okay, go
Scott
on.
Morrison. I'm
Was it any
sorry.
good?
It was. I mean, it was ridiculously pro him. I mean,
Oh, of course it would be.
closest it came to really mocking him, and it's openly pro him. I mean, it's telling that he's seen it multiple times. Apparently,
Oh, okay.
the closest it came to mocking him. But one of the things it does really well, and I really appreciate about it, even though I don't pick up on all the references, it is chock full of references to Australian political history. You know,
Okay.
and quotes. And one of these quotes is so Paul Keating, bit of background. Paul Keating had a reputation for being not witty exactly, but like having lots of sort of remarks and hitting back at people during question time.
Okay.
And one of his probably his most famous is a moment where the leader of the opposition says, "Why are you waiting to call an election if you're so confident of beating me?" To which Paul Keating
Hmm.
replied, "Because, mate, I want to do you slowly."
Hmm.
and
Okay.
and there's a song called "I Want to Do You Slowly," and it's a Barry White type love ballad. Um,
Fair enough.
yeah, so it's full of stuff like that. It's touching in places. There's a great song at the end because Paul Keating lost an election. That's how he fell from power. He lost an election to the Liberals, which are like the
That's
Conservatives.
how a lot of people lose their
Well,
power, to be fair,
it's
in democracies.
actually I quick side note before starting this video, I watched starting this gaming session. I watched a documentary about Ted Heath, who was Prime Minister
Okay.
from 1970 to 1974, and in the comments, somebody made a point that he was the last Prime Minister to have been voted in and out of power.
Wow.
And I thought about it, and it was like, yeah, that's right, which was weird to me.
Huh.
But yes, he lost the election, and he's got a great touching song about how he still believes in the light on the hill, which is sort of
Okay.
an Australian quote from a Labour politician about sort of Labour values and what they want to do. There's a great
Hmm.
line in that song I really like, um, where he's talking about the reaction of voters to him and his policies, and it goes nothing alien or scary, la di da or airy fairy, just put it back the way it was before.
Hmm.
Um,
Sounds nice.
yeah, there's a great song where he's sort of haunted by the ghost of a former prime minister, and it's called "The Beginning Is the End." It's like, yeah, I like that one. There's
Hmm.
a fun takedown of John Howard, who was the prime minister who replaced him. Um,
It sounds like the kind of thing where if you know anything about the time or have an interest in such things, you would
yes,
find it good.
yes. Um, there's a fun sort of Rocky Horror style song called "Freaky" with
Okay.
oh no, it's gonna go again. Oh shit. With oh, I'm going 49 minutes. Okay, with one of the leaders of the opposition, uh, who was apparently, I only found this out because of this, was there was a famous photograph of him in suspenders for like a charity gig. So of course they
Okay.
play on that, and the whole thing is like him just being a huge freak.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, Generally speaking, it's just sort of a whistle-stop tour of like his major points of his political career, in just in
Which
song
makes
form.
sense.
But there are two that sort of don't really um, come into that. I mean, one of them is the aforementioned Freaky. Another one is about an affair that one of his, I think, ministers, I think the foreign minister, had with a woman from another party. Um,
Hmm.
and it's especially noteworthy because that woman was in the audience in the version I watched, and was
Oh,
watching
okay.
these two actors with her version of herself being played by a man in drag. singing about the affair they had and making reference to the fact that yes, we are both married to other people. And I thought that was amusing. So yes, I really liked Keating the musical, and
Good.
yeah, it's been a while since I watched them. I am going to play something different next time because that's the second time it's crashed tonight, and
Yeah.
I think we've sort of done the whole blow shit up and
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean,
We
if
could
you were
do
doing
mission.
this, but if you're doing the actual game,
Yeah,
the
I didn't
game,
really get
it
into
might.
this to do the games. It was just sort of here's an open world I can play about in every Thursday.
Yeah. Um, I've got a few. Well, I've got two quick topics we can go through.
Yeah,
And I've got two slightly longer ones. So we'll do two quick ones first.
yeah.
Did you hear that there was a bomb scare at a UK airport this week?
No, I did not.
No, there was. Because a 13-year-old boy with Tourette's kept shouting that he had a bomb in his bag
I'll do
as
it.
one of his tics.
Shall we go to the Mile High Club blimp? I mean,
Why not?
that's
He
where the Artsy Crowshaw ended his video, so it's only fitting we do the same.
Okay. This particular boy was
It's a hell of a
denied
while away.
passage on the. Well, it's fine because I've got a few topics still. So
Yeah.
this particular boy was denied passage on the plane as a result of the bomb scare, as a result of his Tourette's. How do you feel about that conceptually?
Well, I don't like it. I don't
No,
think it's especially fair given that he has Tourette's and if it could be explained by a parent or guardian. I
I can
appreciate
understand
they've
why.
got their rules. It's a process, but I don't think any reasonable person would look at that and say this specific instance that is a fair response.
It's a complicated situation. I can understand. I can understand why they did it. Fair enough. Headline today: Jill Biden thought that Joe was having a stroke in the 2024 debate.
Yeah. I
She
mean,
she 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 was worried he might have been having a stroke.
well, she covered it up well enough afterwards because she was like, "Yeah, you did really well, honey." It's like,
Yeah,
I mean, he's her husband. She loves
she
him.
had to save face as well because he was running for
But I
president.
don't know if your
Yeah,
partner was in that situation, would you not take them to one side and say, look, that was fucking awful?
I would wait until after we'd finished
Yes, I'd
and
say
got
no.
out of the out of camera
Yeah.
view. Um, okay, slightly longer one. You mentioned it earlier.
I've fallen in the
For
crack.
007, the double oh
Yes,
007 game.
007 First Light.
Yes. I don't own it. I've wishlisted it, but I'll pick it up when it's a bit cheaper because I'm not paying 60 quid for it.
Oh, there's the
If I
actual-
can help it.
Yeah.
It's Have you heard much about it? Seen much about it since
Well,
it's been released?
a little. I watched a playthrough in part, a live stream. I caught a bit of that. Looks
Yeah.
interesting. Honestly, the guy's performance, he plays young Dexter as well. It reminds me a lot of Alex Rider. You know those
Okay.
books, that sort
Yeah,
of
yeah, I
humor.
remember.
Which is, I mean, it makes sense given that Alex Rider is like young Bond. I mean,
Was that Anthony Horowitz?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I also read the plot synopsis
Okay.
because I wanted to know, and I don't really give a shit about spoilers. And you want me to spoil the plot?
I'll have forgotten by the time I end up
Okay.
playing it. I should
It's
think.
a really because Bond games in general, as far as I know, don't really have great sort of plots that would make it into Bond films, right? I mean, Nightfire kind of, but one of them's about nanobots, which I always felt was just a bit too sci-fi, and then there's another one that has cloning in it, but this one is really good. So the gist of it is, some agents are sort of in the beginning. It's sort of like a background thing, I guess, that they're turncoats, and that's really bad. And there's terrorists attacks everywhere, blah 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 blah, and they look into it, and the main villain is this billionaire who has programmed this AI that is being used by the British government, and he's figured out because the AI was the one that reported these guys as spies.
Okay.
And he figured out that the AI was wrong and making mistakes and fundamentally flawed. So he's using terrorist attacks to kind of cover it up. It's like, oh, that's that's good. That makes sense. That's original.
Yeah.
That's sort of, it's novel, but it would also make a lot of sense as a Bond film. I could see that. It's like, yeah, no, this is good. This is really good plot wise.
Fair enough.
So,
Well, I look forward to at some point maybe playing it.
yeah, I would play it for this, but as you said, it's not a cheap game, and I'm sort of space is at a premium at present.
Yes. Are you still got Baldur's Gate installed?
Yeah,
Uninstall it.
but it's going to be a nightmare to reinstall it.
Yes, but if we're doing Stardew, we'll have that for a while. If you're not going to play it by yourself, think of the space that you'll save by. It's like 100 gig, Ben.
Okay, I'll uninstall it, and then I can just reinstall it when we eventually play it.
Also, when we finish recording tonight, let me have a look at you. Just stay on the stream for a bit so I can check a few bits for you.
Okay.
Anyway, I was thinking about it the other day, and it's helpful. It'll make sense. The I've seen two references. One I've actually seen in game, and one I've seen mentioned. Do you remember there was the video meme guy where he would see something ridiculously obvious and then he just sort of gesture towards it with an exasperated look on his face?
No.
KB Lame, I think his name is, or something like that. Well, there's a bloke who did that, and apparently he appears to be in the game as someone who does that, and that seems a bit of a silly thing to include. Personally, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that conceptually.
Well, there's been
and then
go on.
And then there was some other online streamer who's apparently referenced or body doubled in it or something. But given the plot, maybe that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they've worked it in. So I think in the context of the obvious guy, as it were, it's Bond walking up to a sign, asking where something is, that is clearly signposted on the sign, and then the bloke doing his somewhat famous exasperated gesture thing. Yeah, like I say, it doesn't sit right as a scene for me, but I don't know. It might make more sense if you're actually playing the game. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I've seen there was a bit of backlash because he's taking orders from Moneypenny. Apparently, as if James Bond hasn't taken orders from a woman.
Well, I from what I saw, I did see Moneypenny, like, that seems more like a sort of a handler, because she was telling him how to get out of the museum he was in.
You know more in terms of the actual seeing it than I do. I've only heard about the backlash. People are apparently taking issue with him taking instructions from a woman, which indicates that they don't necessarily know an awful lot about the Judi Dench era.
Well, that's the thing. People have forgotten, and now the very idea is too woke to be considered. It's like that was like a really great decision in the Bond films to make M a woman, because she has this whole scene when she's first introduced where she's calling him out and she's saying, "You are a sexist, misogynist dinosaur. You're a relic of the Cold War, and I don't have time for your bullshit. I am more than happy to send you to your death, but I won't waste your life." It's like, oh, because it's the whole point of GoldenEye is it's how, I sometimes joke that you could subtitle it how James Bond got his groove back. Because the whole point is James Bond is washed up and there's no need for this sort of person. How can this character thrive in a post Cold War environment? And then you've got GoldenEye, and it's like, it's a really deep film, man. Like all the characters play a part into that overall theme, and
it was well adapted into a video game as well.
Yes, it's really, really good.
A beloved video game for a lot of people.
Yeah, but people sort of forget that. It's just like, oh, they're making it woke by making him take orders from a woman. I mean, I could understand it more if it was like, why is Moneypenny in a senior role? But this franchise changes things all the time, so who cares?
The criticism seemed ridiculous to me, knowing what I know about the Brosnan onwards era.
Yes.
I'm not as familiar with the pre-Brosnan. I've seen bits of them, and I've seen some of them in full, but I'm not as familiar with the overall. Whereas Brosnan, I've seen all of his, and I think I've seen half of the uh, Craig ones. So I have one last topic.
Okay.
I finished King of the Hill.
You
You know what that song's called? That piece of music.
No.
It's called Yahoos and Triangles,
Hmm.
played by the Refreshers. I didn't realise going into it that they rebooted it last year.
Did you not?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I
Well,
did.
I went into it was just something that I'd been watching. Been intending to watch. I remember watching it way back in the day. I don't remember any of the episodes from back then. I just know it was something that was on.
Hmm.
So it was like a fresh watch for me, a completely new show.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's something that I didn't realise they'd rebooted. So I got to what felt like a series. I found out about halfway through watching that they'd done a modern series. The animation style is different, and the characters have aged up. They've actually done a time skip with the thing, so I can appreciate the effort there. Two things caught my attention.
Yeah.
Well, a few things, but two things I want to mention. First off, when they finished off the original run, the what should have been final episode ended perfectly. It was absolutely fantastic. There was a bit of catharsis. There was a bit of resolution. It felt like they'd hit a good point in their lives as well as in the overarching
What
story.
happens with the general rundown?
Well, Bobby and Hank sort of connect with one another on an emotional level
Yeah.
to the point of Hank buying a second grill for Bobby to grill with him every weekend
Oh, that's nice.
when they grill, and that's like it's a big thing, and it ends with them they're grilling in their backyard, and we pan off to the same shot as we had at the very first start of the very first episode, overlooking the town, and there's a whole you know that thing where the lads are like yep
Yep.
mm-hmm
Yeah.
that thing that
Yes.
Bobby joins in with that,
Oh.
and it feels like a wonderful like a nicely ended, a nice point to end the show.
Hmm.
And then afterwards they aired four episodes that hadn't aired yet from that should have been mixed in earlier,
Yeah.
and completely took away the good ending, as it were.
So don't you just dump that in
Um,
like just like penultimate? You've done
you
everything. You've
think you
got the
do.
finale. Just stick it all in before, and then air the finale.
You think you do the finale last. Yeah, you
Yes.
think it's just it doesn't work as well if you don't. It's a wonder. It genuinely it's a beautiful episode in
Hmm.
terms of how it comes across and how it wraps things up. Um, but they rebooted it, and everyone's like I say,
Oh.
everyone's aged up, and it 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 took a little getting used to. We've only done 10 episodes. There's another season coming out in a couple of months. Well done.
Thank you.
There's another season coming out in a couple of months, so I'll end up watching that. But there's one particular moment. Well, two things about the reboot that really stand out to me. It's seems like a commentary on woke a lot of the time.
I do know that they did sort of like Andrew Tate style masculinity stuff. That was
Yeah,
featured a bit.
where they called it out.
Yeah.
But like the first episode, Hank and Peggy have come back from Saudi Arabia because he had a job out there for a while, and COVID happened, and I mean it makes sense that COVID would happen whilst they're
Yeah.
away and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and it sort of sets a sort of tone for how long they've been gone and how their relationship with everyone is different because they've not had that shared experience of a pandemic in the same way and all that kind of shit, and you know things are. It seems like the first episode is Hank readjusting to modern life in a way that he hasn't had to because he was always set in his ways and he's still set in his ways. But he
Yeah.
comes across as a boomer character and everything's gone wrong
Mm.
in the years since, and it doesn't read quite as well. I know he's always been a bit stiff upper
Well,
lip
he was
and
always a conservative
rigid and
figure, but he was
yeah.
proper old school conservative,
It
like
just it doesn't
Eisenhower
quite sit
Reagan
right.
conservative. Yeah.
So, some of it just doesn't seem to have sat right. He's a big fan of Bush as well, by the way.
Yeah, we'll just
But
leave
yeah,
that there.
there was a point where one of his episodes he ends up at a like a museum of George Bush Jr.,
Mm.
so George W.
Mm.
Situation. So it's like a baseball that he threw
Mm.
at the World Series' third game well,
Yes.
in 2001 when the nation was grieving, and
Yes.
like the shoe that got thrown at him
Yeah.
in at that one particular thing, and he's fucking loving it. He's ecstatic about every fucking thing that's there. There's a role play scenario that they go through, and where they reenact, or they're meant to be reenacting how they're going to go and resolve the 2008 financial crash, the housing market crash. And someone asks if they can be Epstein,
Jesus, what?
which this is an episode from last year, by the way. Just
So
remember
it's
that.
not like that wasn't known.
So I'm assuming there's a different Epstein involved, but I don't feel like there would be given the circumstances, given the timing and the
No, he was a
situation. I
financial
feel like it has to
guy.
be Jeff. So that stood out. Another thing that stood out is that they mention Bobby wants to go on a TV show called King of the Grill.
Oh, that's a bit on the nose. What is that?
It is a bit on my nose. It's even more on my nose when you consider that someone says, "Is that Texan cooking show that got stupidly cancelled by Fox 15 years ago?"
Hmm. Hmm.
15 years after King of the Hill was
Hmm.
cancelled by. Just one of those silly little things, like
That looks very much.
it amusing me.
That looks very much like an airport. Do you not think?
Yeah, I'd say it is. It's an airport for sure. Not sure where the runway is, but
Oh, it's there. Look.
no, yeah, couldn't see it. I was too busy focused on the. Um, but no, overall I enjoyed it. Some of the episode titles, like they had Bobby is a quite successful grill cook chef fella in the reboot, and he what is it? He gets cancelled in one episode because he's not Japanese or German, but he's doing a Japanese German fusion themed restaurant, and it's like it just seems a bit forced. Some of it, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know. One of the episodes has the Asian family who live next door, the man and wife,
Macan?
the husband and wife,
Macans?
the Khans, yeah, the Susanoothan phones or something like that.
Laotians.
Yes, they are from Laos. They've been divorced for 2 years, and the episode was called "Consciously Uncoupling."
Okay.
I don't know if you get what that's a reference to.
Consciously uncoupling, which is a reference to something. I don't know.
It's a reference to when Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow split up.
Oh, that's what they said today. We're consciously
They were
uncoupling.
consciously uncoupling, yes. Um, and that's a big old deal. They're getting divorced. I don't know. Just like I said, some of it felt a bit forced. It's trying to be a particular type of show, and 15 years after it was last relevant, you know. Also, two of the episodes were dedicated to cast members who had died. One of them, at least, well, the first one at least, in the middle of the season, had died. It caught my attention because Keith David does a voice for one of the reboot characters that they introduced, and he's died since as well. So no doubt in the next season there'll be one dedicated to him. But yeah, the guy who voiced Dale Gribble
Yeah.
has died. The original voice for him,
Brittany Murphy.
and the guy who voiced
Or was she during the original series run?
who?
Brittany Murphy?
Oh yeah, she was during the original. I think they didn't mention her.
Better.
And the guy who did the voice for John Redcorn
Yes, he was
died
murdered.
as well.
Murdered.
So yeah, they're both. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's King of the Hill. I enjoyed it. I will watch the new season when it is out, but
Well,
it'll be a couple of months still. But it's well worth a watch. You were talking about watching it, weren't you?
yeah, it's been one of those where I might at some point binge watch it. If I can.
There's no harm in it. I had it on a lot of the time whilst I was playing something like Power Wash It because neither of them needed 100% of my attention. Like I could follow both well enough, whilst having both on. So I did that.
Jolly, 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 jolly good.
Jolly good indeed.
Now I'm gonna crash into this oil refinery as one final desperate attempt to free these people from the yoke of their oppressors.
I'm starting to think you might be an oppressor.
Freedom and liberation to the people.
Yes.
Let's crash into these
Let's
two.
not say anything that is in any way specifically
Ah.
connected to any particular organization. Farewell. You kind of should have crashed into those things.
Yeah. Well,
Silos.
that's this course 2. Yeah, I got a bit of mileage out of that. I'll have to think of something else to play. Maybe we'll do Hitman, but I won't be able to concentrate, so I don't want you to break my freelancer record. I'm doing
I tell
very
you what.
well on that actually. I think I've got like hundreds of thousands of mercs
Oh
or
wow,
merces and
impressive.
all the tools, and I've done like 10, 11 or 12 like runs, campaigns. So yeah.
Well done.
So who knows what we'll
Well, I
do.
look forward to finding out what you decide to do. I'm not necessarily looking forward to whatever it is. We'll see. Uh, we'll
Yeah.
see what you end up doing.
See you next time for Call of
But
the Wild.
no, bye.
Bye.